What's that? Oh, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. You're not woke and you're white. You have a house here. Let me get you a drink. Would you like water? I have water. Water? No? Okay. Not your style. No problem. I have caffeine. Caffeine? Would you enjoy caffeine beverage? No. I have adult beverage. Would you enjoy? You're welcome in. Okay, relax. You're not woke. You're not, what's that? You're not white. You're still welcome. At this point in time, it's going to be non-woke versus woke. If you're not woke, come with Batman with me. What's up, man? I hope you enjoyed that little intro, man. It's WHITEBOYRADIO, and we're back with another one. It's been a while since I brought everybody a war story, so I figured I'd do that today. If it's your first time here, smash the subscribe button. And if you have been coming by as a regular, man, go ahead and think about joining the members. Trust me, I take care of my members. Just ask anybody with a member symbol by their name, and I would assure you, they'll agree with me. It's not a conspiracy, it's the truth. And just in case you don't know, right down here is where you'd find all that stuff. Down. All right, this one, man, is going to be about an ambush at night. Look, it's been a long time since I told y'all a war story. I understand people, tune in for the prison channels, for the good, for the meat, for the juice, for the blood, and that's what we're going to get into. This one here, I'm going to tell you this story, but keep in mind, as I'm telling you this, keep in mind one thing. I had to find all this out after the fact. Okay, so I guess it goes without saying that I kind of knew the beginning part of this, but not the end part of it, and we'll get into it. So what happened here was, man, I woke up out of my sleep one night to a whole bunch of scuffling sneaker noises. If you've done time, you know that sound, and you immediately wake up. I don't think that I've ever told a story on this channel as far as that sound at night. Look, man, most stuff that happens in prison is during the daytime. It's handled, if people disrespect each other, it's usually handled, very quickly, or at least it'll get dragged out until a shift of correction officers that is sweet enough to have it handled. And it doesn't matter what prison, what state that you're in here, there's always going to be a time and a slot where you can go handle that. Okay, now this had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with any white boys. This had absolutely everything to do with a gang called the Cutthroats. I've spoke about this gang in previous videos. I knew the head of this gang pretty good. Now this story was this story took place my first time in. I was at a work camp, okay, and there's people that will say work camps are soft and this and that, and as far as my experience here in Florida 2 times, I can tell you this: when it comes to work camps here in Florida, if you catch a charge here and you score out the prison time here in Florida, more than likely, let me just go ahead and say this: anybody who's been to the prison one time in the state of Florida, depending on their charge, as long as you don't have any sex stuff, you're going to go through the prison system, you're going to go to a reception center, you're going to get shipped off to a main camp, you're going to do some time there, and at some point in time throughout your bid, because they can't keep you there, if you have 10 years or if any of these channels, I don't care how much time they say they're done, if they have 10 or less, they're going to be doing their time at a main institution. They're going to transfer to a work camp. It's where you have to work. You might be on a DOT squad. You might go outside the gate, pick garbage up. You might be in the kitchen. Who knows what your job will be at that point, but you're going to go to a work camp. And some people will say, "Oh, work camps are soft, nothing happens." Shouldn't me. Shouldn't me. I've seen more fights with hands at a work camp than the main institution. You know, I've told this to anybody who has done time before YouTube. Man, I've seen more stabbings at a main institution, but I've seen more fighting at a work camp, and this is where it took place. Now, I've spoke about this gang before. It's called the Cutthroats. They're a clique from Jacksonville. They got some type of ties with the GDs. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't care. Again, when I'm in the dorm, I'm gonna click to my bros, man, and all I'm doing here is in the dorm with dorm life. Dudes of blood, dudes a Crip, dudes a GD, dudes a Cutthroat, but dudes a GD. You see how that goes? You can keep track of it however you want to do, however you want to keep track of these gang politics, but at the end of the day, you lump people into the same category, man, because that's how you got to survive. And I will say that this gang is just like any other gang. They got their bylaws, they got their oaths and all that. In the state of Florida, look, bloods show numbers, and bloods outnumber a lot of people here in Florida. So if you're a white dude who's gonna stand on his own, man, get ready to go through it with bloods. After the bloods, GDs really won't give you any problems, but you have your bonehead home team cliques, and that's exactly what the Cutthroats are. I've spoke about DBD, Death Before Dishonor, another home team clique, but I'll say that Cutthroats are right up there, somewhere up under the bloods. And I said this story on Death's interview, where it was the first time I seen somebody get poked up in front of me. It was a Cutthroat. I knew the head of the Cutthroats. We were all right. I had got into it with them before. It's on previous videos. But on this exact video that I'm speaking about, these dudes in the dorm that I was in, man, they were weenies, okay? Look, they're a gang. Sometimes, man, you have a gang inside a prison. Look, I spoke about the Dungeons and Dragon dudes. Look, they're not doing nothing, but there's a group of them, and they all weigh about 120 pounds each, okay? But they think they're a clique. Okay, it doesn't make them tough. But at this point in time, in the dorm that I was at, these Cutthroats were light. There was nobody over 180. Okay, they were weenies. But they had gotten into an argument with an older dude, okay, over the poker table. I wasn't at the poker table. Again, I wasn't literally sitting right there. But trust and believe me, once I got woke up out of my sleep and seen what was happening and the aftermath of what was happening, I did my research to give you the story. And here is what happened. After the fact, one of the Cutthroats was gambling. There's a game called Skins. Skin for chicken dinners, or skinning for a chicken, or whatever the saying is. Somebody let me know in the comments. They're playing Skin. And one of the Cutthroats lost a lot of loot on this game and blamed the old head, for stacking the cards or whatever the hell have you. And there was words exchanged, but nothing done right then and there. Okay, so, which is weird, because when gangs get into it, all right, usually you'll wait for the next outcome, and sometimes you have to wait for shift change or whatever, but you're just like sitting back on your bunk and you've seen it pop off, and you know something's about to go down, and you're like, yeah, because two boneheads are about to bash each other, and you don't have to deal with them anymore. You're going to be in confinement for a month or two. Sweet. But it didn't go down like that this time. Which was weird, because for in gang life, it's better off for the gang to immediately make a stand, immediately handle that, and show no weakness. But it didn't go down like that this time. It actually went until lights out, after master count. After master count, I had a routine, man, in prison, man, a very strict routine. I mean, day by day, I did the same thing, the same time every day, literally up until making my after dinner chow meal, which would be like a mackerel and a ramen, with a pack of chips or whatever else I put on it. I make it literally at the same time every night. I'd wait on my mail, I get my magazine. It was just very, very militant, if you will. But after lights out, after master count, I would try to crash out as fast as I could. Now, to this day, man, if I'm laying in my bed sleeping and I hear something, I jump up, and that's got a lot to do with PTSD. But it's hard for me to fall asleep. But as soon as I could fall asleep, I'm out until something wakes me up. And in prison, you wake up multiple times a night because it's just how it goes. But I did wake up this time, and it wasn't normal sound or a bonehead making a noise or rapping on beat. It was an ugly sound, and I woke up and I immediately found the sound. And man, it was them 4 or 5 cutthroats. They ambushed old Pops, man, and look, they were stomping them, they were hitting them, they were beating them, but one of the idiots took out a shank, okay, and they tried to poke him. Now this dude's laying in his bed, so you would think that a gang, if they're gonna jump somebody, you want to cause harm, and don't get me wrong, they messed them up, but the dude with the poker, he's stabbing him under the chest, okay? If just saying, if it was me in that situation, if I had the poker and had to do the stabbing, I'm gonna put it in somebody's neck and just face. I'm just saying. I mean, if you're gonna do it, do it. But the outcome of this is, the cutthroats jump on the dude. Police run in. They take the 4 or 5 cutthroats, lock them up. They take Old Head and lock them up. And everyone's happy. You have 5 to 6 bowheads out the dorm for a month or two, but you can only be in confinement so long. And if you go to confinement for something like that in DOC and you're gang related, they're gonna split you up, and that's exactly what they did. So about 2 of them dudes come back to the pound, and Old Head came back. So he went to confinement. And he most likely he went to medical before confinement or when he was back in confinement, but he ended up coming back, and he was like He-Man. He was like Black He-Man. He had scars and stuff, and he was like the Eminem song, man. All 6 of you punks jump me, and I'm still saying F the free world type of thing going on here. But the dude, nobody messed with him. He kind of had his little rank, and in this instance, the gang looked bad. The gang looked like they didn't apply the pressure the correct way. And let me tell you, I say it a lot on this channel, man. If you're gonna make a shank or if you're gonna make a lock in a sock, you have to make that thing right. I've been on interviews with people, and if you wrap the lock in the sock the wrong way, and when you go to swing it, you're leaving yourself wide open, or you're not gonna hit the person. You can't just sharpen up, I don't have anything for example, but you can't just sharpen anything up and think it's going to be a shank. I mean, you have to get a real one. And if you're going to use it, use it. It's just like, the example I could say in this story would be, if you're on the streets and you get into it with somebody, you can't just pull something and not have it fully loaded. Because what if you miss twice, but you only have 2 in? You're looking stupid. And that's exactly what happened here. Look, they ambushed him at night. Again, I had to wake up out of this, see what was going on. It was Sketch City. You're sleeping. You literally wake up to this madness. That is prison. That is prison. And then the next morning, went and got the pancakes or the oatmeal, whatever it was. And then I had to figure all that I'm telling you on this video out throughout the next couple days. And then, that's why I said earlier, if somebody is a blood, he's blood. If somebody is Crip, he's Crip. If somebody is GD, he's GD. If somebody's cutthroat, he's cutthroat, but he's really him. You have to keep track of these things, because something like this wakes you up out of your sleep. Just because they're lightweight and just because they didn't have the shank really on them that did damage, you still have to keep track. You know, I'll never understand this. Most of you watching, let me know in the comments. In and out the county jail, myself coming up, back in the day, you can get to a head-up fight and handle it, okay? And I'd get out the county, then go back in, and you'd see other people fight, this and that, okay? One-on-ones all day long, jumping, whatever it was. As time progresses, I go back in the county, and now they got this thing where if you get into a fight, it's a charge. It literally is a third-degree felony if you get into a fight. And they have buttons in the room now, all types of weird stuff. Fast forward to prison, it's weird because you see the county jails do this, but in the prison, you can put steel in somebody and not get an extra day. You could put steel in somebody and not go to confinement. You could put steel in somebody and not get a charge. It just depends how you do it and if you get caught. And even saying that, even if you get caught doing it, you may not get a charge. You may not get CM'd. You may not go to the box. It's just so weird how it takes that type of dude to really take something and put it in somebody. But I think a lot of dudes don't realize that you won't get nothing else. Now, I've seen dudes slice people up and get CM'd and get booked extra time. But I've also seen the majority of the time them do it and either not get caught or they finally do get caught and nothing happens. It's just a box stay. It's crazy. It just happens so much in prison that what can they really do? Are they going to really book you and have you stay there longer? They need you to go there, get your time done, and get out. They don't have time for the madness. It's just wild, man. It's something that I don't know if I could even ever explain on this channel. But hey, look, I ain't got time to anyhow. But what you should do is subscribe, man. Until the next one, man, it's White Boy Lockdown Radio. Lose my voice here today, but subscribe. Who said white boys can't jump? Subscribe. Gotchas.